Alright guys, today we're talking about Spider-Man 2. We have some significant updates for this game, and we're also talking about Insomniac's Wolverine game. So we're just going to dive right into it here, starting with Spider-Man 2 previews are going live this Friday. A lot of people have been eagerly anticipating the marketing cycle for Spider-Man 2. A lot of people wondering why Sony's been so quiet, how come Insomniac has been so quiet. We're very close to this game launching. We're just a little over a month out, and now we know that the marketing cycle has officially kicked off. Insomniac Games says over on their Twitter page, we invited press and content creators to check out Marvel's Spider-Man 2 at preview events in Los Angeles and London this week. Stay tuned for impressions at 8 a.m. PT on September 15th. So yeah, we're going to be getting a bunch of impressions from a bunch of different people who were lucky enough to be able to play a section of Spider-Man 2. So we don't really know like how much gameplay we can expect, but I'm assuming, considering if you look at the images here, Insomniac and Sony went all out for this preview event. I'm assuming we're going to get a good chunk of gameplay, and there's going to be a lot of stuff to go over and discuss and talk about when it comes to Spider-Man 2. And I think this is pretty much what everybody's been waiting for. Right? They've been waiting for Sony to just come out and really start talking about this game. And I have a feeling that beginning with these previews that are dropping on the 15th, we're going to just continue to hear about this game pretty much nonstop leading up to the launch. That's usually how this goes. And yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear some of these impressions from people who have played the game. It's going to be a good time. So we'll definitely cover that here on the channel, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of this. We're continuing to talk about Spider-Man 2 here. We have Brian Intihar, Spider-Man 2's creative director, talking a little bit more about the narrative and the open world sandbox. He says one of our pillars for Spider-Man 2 was making sure there's a great narrative and payoff in anything we did. The more we can include a narrative that people can connect to, it takes away from the game feeling like a checklist. If you go back to the gameplay reveal that we did, the Miles section, when he's sneaking around the fish market, he creates a web line. Then he throws a new gadget out called the Web Grabber. It brings all the enemies together and smashes them together, and that sets him up to do a big lightning ground pound move that he does. That's the sandbox nature of taking all these toys and letting people try them out. We just want players to improvise with the experience, whether it's Ratchet and Clank, whether it's Resistance, and now Spider-Man 2. We also have Spider-Man 2's director, Ryan Smith, chiming in, and he says in combat, how Peter's able to leverage those symbiote abilities is really about the transformation. He isn't just leading with a fist, he's got tentacles, and you can stick enemies to the wall, you can grab a group of enemies and launch them. It's an opportunity for putting power out into the gameplay space a little bit differently than we would have done before by interacting with more enemies. So there you go. We have both the creative director and the director kind of chiming in, giving us, new information or just, some insight into the game and letting people know what they can expect. So there you go. We're moving on, talking about Wolverine, and this is not a major update to Wolverine, but I think this is not only good news for Spider-Man 2 because it seems like it's about to go gold if it hasn't already, but it's good news for Wolverine and people who are excited for it. We have Tommy Mann, who is the senior cinematic animator over at Insomniac Games, and he shared a post. He said, "I cannot wait for people to play Spider-Man 2. Working on that game with so many amazing people was a lot of fun. However, today I get to start something new. Hashtag Wolverine PS5. And this is exciting, right? Because it's been a long time since we've heard anything about Wolverine. I assume we're going to hear a lot more about Wolverine next year, because right now the focus is obviously Spider-Man 2. But yeah, this is a good sign that the game is wrapping up. They're finishing with it, and I have to assume the announcement of it going gold is right around the corner. But it seems that this indicates the bulk of Insomniac's development team is now moving on to working on Wolverine full-time. Does that mean that Wolverine wasn't in development this entire time? No, of course not. It has been, but now it's pretty much going to be all hands on deck for Wolverine, and it'll be really interesting when we see that game for the first time. So there you go. I just wanted to make this short video providing you guys with some updates regarding Insomniac Games with Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll be interested to see what you have to say. Leave the video a like if you enjoyed it or found it informative, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.